It's the last week of October, and it's time for another Royal Recap, one that'll tape you to the wall. Thanks for joining me. I'm Sports Information Director Dale Eng. Only 3 Bethel athletics teams were in action this last week, but what an exciting week it was. Let's start with some volleyball highlights, as the Royals had home games on Friday night and then on Saturday afternoon. Augsburg paid a visit to the Robertson Center with their minds set on securing a playoff spot. The Aggies took the first set 25-21, but the Royals answered back with force, winning 25-11 to even the match at 1-1. Augsburg took the next set 25-18, but once again, Bethel would not go down without a fight. The Royals forced a 5th and final set by winning 25-19 in the 4th. In the 5th set, Bethel took a 14-12 lead before Augsburg rattled off 3 points in a row to take a 15-14 lead. Bethel overcame the deficit and went on to win an exciting 18-16 set to take the match 3-2. Amy Werner led the team with 26.5 points on 19 kills, 3 solo blocks, and 9 block assists. Nicole Reet finished with 20 points on 16 kills, 2 service aces, and a pair of block assists. As part of the match, the Royals helped raise more than $1,000 for the Greater Minneapolis Crisis Nursery by duct taping men's basketball coach Jeff Westland to the wall for the entire 3rd set. Less than 24 hours later, the Royals were back at it again, this time to battle St. Mary's. Bethel jumped out to an early 2-set lead before the Cardinals answered with a win in the 3rd set. Bethel shut the door with a 25-20 win in the 4th set to win 3-1. Reet and Warner did most of the damage to the Cardinals with 14 kills each. The Royals have won 5 of their last 7 matches, heading into the last 2 matches of the season. In men's soccer, the Royals entered Friday's game against Gustavus still in contention for a MIAC playoff spot. Although the Gusties scored first, the Royals answered right back with a pair of goals within 4 minutes of each other. Here, Brandon Poplinski ties the game at 1-1, and then Andrea Scott gives Bethel the lead on this goal. Unfortunately, Gustavus tied the game just before the half, and then took a brief 3-2 lead early in the second half before Andrea Scott scored his second goal of the game less than 2 minutes later. But Gustavus snuck a goal past goalie Nick Cantor with less than 7 minutes remaining, and then held on to win 4-3. Bethel came back on Monday to face North Central University in a non-conference game and took their frustration out on the Rams, scoring early and often. Here we see Matt Van Benskoten scoring just 23 seconds into the game. The Royals got scoring from 10 different players, including a pair of goals from both Brandon Poplinski and Greg Levere. The team is now 10-5-2 heading into a crucial game with St. Olaf to wrap up the regular season. Finally, in women's soccer, the Royals had just 1 game this last week, but they were able to defeat Gustavus 1-0 in double overtime. That gives the Royals 10 wins on their season, which sets a new school record. They have also set school records for shutouts and for scoring going into the last 2 games of the season, which are both at home. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Royal Recap. Next week I'll have highlights from all the fall sports, including a couple of men's hockey highlights. Thanks for joining me. I'm Sports Information Director Dale Eng.